Each time our nation has called upon our citizens to serve, the best have come forward. Words cannot express our gratitude and admiration, but we can and should take the opportunity on this Veterans Day to remember their gift to us. When you see one of our young men and women in uniform on the street or someplace, how about a smiling hello and maybe a thank you? Veterans know better than anyone else the price of freedom, for they've suffered the scars of war. We can offer them no better tribute than to protect what they have won for us. That is our duty. They have never let America down. We will not let them down. Until
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now 11 a.m. on November 11th. We would like to welcome you to our annual Veterans Day ceremony. At this time, we will commence the time-honored tradition of this great nation in celebrating all of our veterans. This year will be extra meaningful as we are celebrating the 250th birthday of the United States Army, Navy, and the Marine Corps. There will be a special presentation following this program that all are encouraged to stay in view. That will be followed by lunch and refreshments. Please uncover as Chaplain Banger leads us in prayer.
Let us bow our heads in reverence. Gracious and eternal God, today we gather in solemn gratitude to honor the brave men and women who have served in our nation's armed forces. We thank you for their courage, their sacrifice, and their unwavering commitment to the ideals of freedom and justice. Bless this gathering with your presence. May our words and actions reflect the deep respect we hold for those who have worn the uniform with honor. Comfort the families of those who have been injured and strengthen those who continue to serve. Grant us wisdom to uphold the values they defended and inspire us to live lives worthy of their legacy. May peace reign in our hearts, in our communities, and across the world. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Now the Cass High School JROTC will post the colors. The Cartersville High School Band will play the national anthem, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Forward, march. Color, halt. Reset, arms. Commander, requesting permission to post the colors.
Post the colors.
Thank you, Commander. Order, arms. Ready, set. Post. Ready, one. Ready, two. Three, then, arm. Order, arm. Three, then, arm. Commander, present. Commander, present.
David Jewell, the battalion commander of the Cass High School JROTC, will now lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. At this time, I would like to recognize our special guests, Cartersville Mayor Matt Santini. Congratulations on your recent win. City Councilman Kerry Roth, and our special guest speaker, American Legion Department of Georgia Vice Commander, retired United States Marine Corps First Sergeant James Watson. And of course, the reason we are all here are local veterans. Would everyone who wore the uniform of any military service please stand and be recognized? We will now recognize the branches of service. We'd like our veterans to please stand when your service song is played. Today's guest speaker is a retired United States Marine Corps First Sergeant. He joined the Marines in 1984 and completed recruit training at Marine Corps Recruit Depot, Parris Island, South Carolina. From there, his travels with the Corps took him to Japan, Virginia, Hawaii, and Rome, Italy for embassy duty. While serving in Bravo Company, 1st Battalion, 3rd Marine Division, he participated in Operation Desert Shield, Desert Storm. From 1994 to 1997, he was stationed back at MCRD, Parris Island. After completing drill instructor school, he was assigned to Delta Company, turning young recruits into Marines. After completing his active duty enlistment in 1997, he enlisted in the Marine Corps Reserves, where he later was selected as Marine of the Year for the Reserves. First Sergeant Watson firmly believes in the Marine Corps motto of Semper Fidelis, always faithful. He has been a dedicated Legionnaire for 34 years and currently serves as Department of Georgia Vice Commander. He has been married for 22 years to his wife Stacy, and they have 2 sons and 3 grandchildren. Now, without further ado, please join me in giving our speaker for today's ceremony, retired First Sergeant James Watson, a very warm welcome.
Good morning. First of all, thank you, Commander. I appreciate all those nice accolades. He forgot to mention the fact the time that when I was a PFC, I was down in Tijuana, Mexico, and got arrested and went to jail. So he completely forgot about that, and I guess I keep it out of my bio for a reason. But yeah, I was young, really, really dumb, and really, really drunk, and went to jail. So I learned my lesson and never went back again. First of all, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, members of the Mayor and the City Council. Thank you for being here. Congratulations. Commander Woodall, Madam President, citizens of Cartersville, and the American Legion family from Post 42. Thank you for letting me be your guest speaker today. Before I move on with my remarks about Veterans Day, I ask you, where's the media? Where is Fox News and ABC media? When you have wonderful young men and women to my right and to my left, First Sergeant, you're doing a phenomenal job with your young high school students, and Mr. Band Director, I forget your name and I apologize, and to the choir person. This is what they should be focusing on right now. This is our country, this is our future, and I just commend you all for what you're doing in your schools, and I think it's phenomenal. I'd love to give them a round of applause. Americans never forget. This is what Veterans Day is truly about. Remembering the brave and honorable men and women who have served in the armed forces since the founding nation. 10 years ago, a veteran received overdue but well-deserved recognition. For nearly a century after his brave and legendary service, William Shimon was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor for his heroism during World War I. While fighting in France as a member of the American 47th Infantry Regiment, Sergeant Shimon repeatedly left cover and exposed himself to enemy machine gun and rifle fire to rescue his wounded comrades over a 3-day period of battle. Even after being shot in the face and in the side of his head, he refused medical assistance until his platoon was safely withdrawn from the area that they were fighting. For his bravery and his inspiration to his fellow soldiers, he was recommended for the nation's highest award, the Medal of Honor. However, his senior officers rejected that request reportedly because Shimon was Jewish. Highlighting his discrimination that was way far too common at that time, the request was downgraded to the Distinguished Service Cross, the nation's second highest awarded military valor for his heroism. Shimon responded with the humility and the ability to emphasis on how many heroes have saving him. War is not about medals. I love my country. I love my fellow countrymen. That's all that counts. While the Medal of Honor recipient received an elite group within the special community we call veterans, Shimon's love for his country and his fellow soldiers is typical of men and women we honor today. It is a brotherhood and a sisterhood, a bond that's cemented with blood. Just this summer, 6 soldiers risked their lives to aid wounded while subduing a shooter who was openly fired on Fort Stewart, Georgia. The swift reactions of the 2nd Armored Brigade combat team were credited by the law enforcement of preventing more fatalities. The fast action of those soldiers under stress, trauma, and fire absolutely saved lives. The Army Secretary Dan Distrol noted, adding, "They were everything they could be and more for this nation. That is what's good about this nation. We have men and women who are willing to step forward." While not all veterans see combat, an expressed willingness to sacrifice one's life is fundamental. Requirement of military service, this commitment has been part of our ethos for military service since George Washington led our first troops. It is not the only commitment our veterans make. Only about 6% of American adults that have served in the military, yet it's a small and talented group of enables our communities to function. If you were to survey your local police or fire departments, your local school teachers, your community volunteers, you would likely find a disproportionate high percentage of those veterans that are among their ranks. When an emergency occurs, there's a good chance that a veteran will be the one that's your first responder or your teacher in the hallway. While July 4th, 2025 was a day of celebration for most Americans, it turned into a day of horror at Central Texas as flash floods raged across Cary County, claiming the lives of 138 people, many of whom were young girls attending camp service. The death toll could not have been successfully higher than it was for the extraordinary actions of a Coast Guard rescue swimmer, Scott Ruskin, and his crew. You see, Scott is just an average 26-year-old New Jersey native who once sat in a regular high school just like these young students today. But he led the search and triage operations at Camp Mystic and credited his rescuing 169 victims in distress. His actions were personally and recognized by the Secretary of Homeland Security and responded modestly when asked, "Why did you do it?" And he said, "U.S. veteran saying, I'm just doing my job. This is what I signed up for." I think any single Coast Guard pilot, flight medic, or whoever you asked to step forward would have done so exactly the same way in the same situation. We just happened to be the crew that got the call that afternoon, he told the media. Many years ago, then Governor Ronald Reagan was honoring former POWs, John McCain and James Stockbridge. At a ceremony honoring both of these men, he responded, in response to the former California Governor Ronald Reagan's question, where do we find men like this who have experienced the selflessness? I believe the answer lies in our inner cities, our small towns, our rural farms, the mountain ranges across the United States. And now we also find that it's not just men serving and being honored. It's our aunts, our sisters, and our mothers willing to pick up a rifle to defend this country. Whether you're doing it during hurricane relief, defending our interests abroad, in search or in rescue missions, America is fortunate enough to have people that will willingly volunteer their lives for others. When a veteran leaves the military, he or she often become a key contributor to our communities. They might be school teachers, as I said, construction workers, or first responders. They may own businesses, they may work in real estate, they may even serve in the medical professions. Regardless of their occupation, veterans take this mission very seriously. They tend to vote in higher percentages than non-veterans. They volunteer more in high percentages in our communities and less likely live in poverty. In short, veterans make our neighborhoods better. By virtue of attendance here, you have shown that you care about your veterans and you care about your community. Before I end with my speech honoring veterans, it would not be right of me to ask, you know, we have a lot of male veterans, and we always have a lot of things with the VA where the VA knows what they're doing with male veterans. But if you know a female veteran, please ask them to join the American Legion. Please ask them to join the VFW. The VA doesn't know what they're doing with female veterans. And what I mean by that is, they don't know how to appropriate the money for their health care. We know how to take care of male veterans. Females have different things going on with their different bodies. I'm not ashamed to say it. There are males and there are females. And females have things that they need to be taken care of. They have different ovarian cancer, they have breast cancer, and those things need to be addressed in healthcare. So once again, thank you and God bless the United States of America. Happy Veterans Day and welcome home.
Thank you, Vice Commander Watson, for taking the time to be here with us today. And for those of you who may not know, today is Veterans Day. It's November 11th at 11. 11/11 at 11. What some of you may not know is that the Marine Corps birthday is November 10th. So happy birthday, Marine. And you don't look a day over 100, and it turns out you're 250.
Thank you.
So well done. As an aside, let me just tell you, if you ever get an opportunity, if you ever get asked to go to a Marine Corps ball, there is no thought to it. The answer is yes. You will go, you will have the best time you could possibly have, whether you're related to somebody there or not, if you have a son, daughter, whatever, it is spectacular. And I'm sure you've been to some yourself. We were just
Commander, that's how you wind up in jail in Tijuana. So make sure you choose choice.
Duly noted. I can attest, they go hard at the Marine Corps ball. So we had a great time in San Diego with a bunch of Marines, including our son, so thank you for that. Now on to the Commander's Scholarship. Last year we gave away a scholarship of $1,000. This year we decided to award two $2,500 scholarships to high school seniors. I will now welcome Post 42 Senior Vice Commander Phil Tuller to present these scholarships.
Come on down, Mom and Dad. Hey, this is pretty cool for us to get to do this. It's something we started back up again last year, and we were able to find extra money. And we didn't have to bail him out of Tijuana this year, so we had the extra money. So it gives me great honor. This is Isabella Coth. She and her family live here in Cartersville. She goes to Cartersville High School, and this is her scholarship for $2,500. She hopes to go to Georgia Tech. She's applying now. So please give me a round of applause for Isabella. So I'd like to bring up our next contestants, Carter Woodall. Now you probably understand why the senior vice commander is doing it instead of the commander. Beth,
It's all above board. It's all above board.
Hey, Carter, we have seen you around the Legion a time or two, and we appreciate the fact you show up to pick your dad up when he's drunk, so he doesn't go to Tijuana. Carter's been very involved with the Legion, and of course very involved in the school, and so we're really, really proud of him, and congratulations, Carter. Cartersville High School Band.
Mr. Moon, front and center.
Hey, don't everybody come at once.
It's free money. People should be running up here.
But you gotta stay on this side.
Excuse me.
I don't know why.
Excuse me, can I get both of the band directors? If you're a band director, I need you both up here, please.
I told
You
you.
better run now.
This is all part of our delaying tactics to get the check written. She's changing the amount as well. $1 million. Yeah, Cartersville High School has a long tradition of coming here and supporting many of our events. Everything from our Memorial Day ceremony to the Veterans Day. And it's just wonderful to have both the band and the choir here. But today we're here to present a check for $1,000 from the American Legion to the Cartersville High School Band. And God bless you and keep playing good music. Thank you so much.
Congratulations to those fine young people. We wish them the best in whatever college that they may choose. Congratulations to Mr. Moon and the Cartersville High School Band. By the way, if you haven't seen the show this year, it's absolutely fantastic. They just finished Bandtober, and they brought home a lot of hardware and finished really, really strong. They will be performing Friday night at Cartersville High School. If you want to see the show, this will be could be one of your last opportunities to see it. I hear good things about the football program too, but today we're here to celebrate the band. So thank you. As customary, the president of the American Legion Auxiliary Post 42, Lisa Marie Papp, will now lay a wreath.
Right. Hey. Ready. Aim. High. Aim. High. Aim. High.
Hey, I would be remorseful if I didn't talk about this real quick. So there's two things as a wonderful presentation of scholarships. High school students, parents, grandparents. The American Legion offers two different routes that students could win scholarships. So we have the oratorical presentation that the American Legion does. The oratorical, if you're want to get into law, you like to debate, challenge yourself. If you have students at home, even homeschooled students can get into this program. It is a statewide and then it goes national oratorical program. So school teachers, literacy, social studies, if you have students that are well gifted and love to speak and love to run their mouth like myself, and they like to challenge themselves, the American Legion has a wonderful oratorical program. So please talk to the American Legion. You can grab me, you can talk to me, I'll give you my business card. But we're definitely looking for students. Last year's student won the state competition. So we have a local, district, and state competition where they can win different scholarship money along the way. When you win the state competition, you win $3,000. And then if you move on from the state and you go to national, that's 50 states that compete against them. There's one student per state, so 50 students. And if you make it in the top 18%, everybody gets some type of monetary for being in the top 50. But if you get into the 18th percentile and you move up, because it's so competition-wise, you're looking at $5,000 and $6,000 and $7,000, and the winner wins $22,000. So if you're looking for a nice bump in going to college, now's the time to do it. Now's the time to start thinking it. But the only thing is, you have to argue and defend and support our Constitution, and that's what the whole oratorical program is about, supporting and defending the different articles of our Constitution. And then the other thing that we do towards the end of the year is Boys and Girls State. If you've never been a part of Boys and Girls State, especially young students, it's a phenomenal program. We take you down to Valdosta University for a whole week in the summertime, and we let the students learn about their local governments. So we divide them up into counties, then districts, and then the state, and we let them learn about the different things on how to pass a bill within the state of Georgia. So that's my speech. I apologize for taking up too much time. And then that also goes on to national, where we have young men and women who go to Washington, D.C., free trip. The trip down to Valdosta is free as well. So if you're interested, let your guidance counselors know, let your principal know, and I'm sure Commander Woodall would love to have a great group. I know First Sergeant Nash, as you were First Sergeant, does a great job with his school. Band directors, any day. And by the way, I used to play trumpet baritone. I was a drum major at my high school.
Now the Cass High School JROTC will retire with the colors of this nation.
Forward, march, left, march. Forward, march. Colors, hold, raise and arms. Requesting permission to retire the colors.
Retire the colors.
Thank you, Mayor. Order, arms. Ready, set. Post. Freeze and arms. Order, arms. Ready, one. Ready, two. Close. Right, face. Forward, march.
The Cartersville High School Band and Chorus will now play America the Beautiful. absolutely beautiful, just like the song says. By the way, where's the person on trumpet that played taps? Can we get a round of applause? I'd like to thank all of you for joining us here today as we salute our veterans. A special thank you to the Cartersville High School Band and Chorus for their performance today. Special shout out to Mr. Moon. Is Miss Tears here, principal? There she is. Thank you for letting us borrow your students today. I'm sure they're going to get all A's. I can know.
Can we get a shout out for Mr. Elvis?
And Mr. Elsie, by the way. Mr. Elsie was a bonus band director. We've known Mr. Elsie for, a long time. We had both our kids go through the middle and the high school, so it's a pleasure to have you here today. Thank you for coming. Also, the cast, JROTC, for assisting us in this event. Mr. First Sergeant Jim Korback, thank you for your cast students here today. A huge thank you to all the members of the American Legion family that assisted in getting this program off the ground. This is not an easy task, and we could not have done it without your assistance. As I stated, I was out of town and wasn't able to really coordinate a lot, so everybody did a lot of heavy lifting. I just showed up in a nice suit, so I had the easy part. To all our veterans, thank you for your courage and for putting your country first. Thank you for protecting our country, for your bravery, and for all that you do to make this country safe. As a token of our appreciation and a gift from Bartow County Rotary, there's some gift bags over there that Phil's holding. So please help yourself on the way out. So before we break for refreshments, lunch and refreshments, there will be a special presentation on the grounds. This is in celebration of the 250th birthday of the Army, Navy, and the Marine Corps. So we're going to go outside, so we're going to make our way outside the exits, and then we're going to watch the parade of vehicles come by, and we're going to come back in here for lunch. All right, everybody got it?